Thank you, Kaustubh. Thank you, Professor Abhijit, sir, and thank you all the panelist members for having me today. So, as Abhishek sir already has spoken a lot about entrepreneurship, how students can go for it. So, I want to get the attention of the students about the topic today, that is how to be a driver of the career. So, when I'm talking about this topic, I'll be covering three aspects. First, I'll be explaining about what do you exactly mean when we are saying be a driver of your career. Second, I'll be talking about the recent trend of HR 2020. And third, I'll be giving you some tips about how to prepare for your interviews and your GD during this COVID-19 situation. So I'll start my screen sharing now. So just a second. Okay, so when I'm starting this session, I just want to go with this simple question. That is, do you want to drive your career and have all the fun with your career? That okay, I wanted this job and this was my dream job, and now I'm enjoying my career with this option which I took. Or do you want to be the passengers and wait for the halts in your journey? So when I'm saying career, you have to have a meaning to it. You have to have the meaning to your career driven, that is your goals. And जब हम बात करते हैं goals की, तो I'm not talking about your daydreaming goals which you set for yourself, that I want to be an say a Bollywood actor, I want to be start a music channel, something like that. We are talking something serious here, that is the goals which will lead you towards a stable career. तो अभी जब हम करियर की बात करेंगे तो देयर आर टू टाइप ऑफ पीपल, देयर वन आर एक्टिव वंस एंड सेकंड वन आर पैसिव वन. तो जो एक्टिव लोग होते हैं, एक्टिव लोगों के साथ एक बहुत अच्छी चीज होती है, दे हैव अ सेट फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड एंड दे हैव दिस क्वेश्चन इन माइंड, व्हाट डू आई वांट इन माय लाइफ, that is dreaming big for my career. Abhi, when I have decided that I want this to be there in my life, how will I reach there? That is, what will be the path and what should I be doing to reach that goal in my life? And once I have figured out the path, I have known what will be the directions, what I need to do to reach my goal, I need to start acting on it. ऐसा नहीं करना है हमें that I have decided my goal and I have put it in my books and I have placed a poster in my room and forgot about it. We are not doing anything about reaching to that goal. So there are some things which I wanted to tell you. There is one simple question which has been asked in every interview. That is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So Abhi, when we are answering, we give a simple answer like, I want to be a senior manager in next 5 years. In reputed company like yours, I look forward to have more stable life in coming years. So now, because the technology is there, the situation is changing, the economy is changing, this answer is not sufficient enough to hold the interviewer attention. So you need to be more specific and you have to be smart when you are answering. So you can answer a question like, I'm looking forward to hold a position as a media manager in next 5 years where I can utilize my analytical skills and creativity to bring out the brand image of the organization. So we are doing something where I'm telling them that, okay, I want to be this, that is my goal is been decided, that I want to be a social media manager. I don't want to be simply a manager, but I've added a technology to it. And because there are so many technologies which are open in market right now, whether it can be artificial intelligence or it can be social media manager, you can be a marketing manager or analytics. So there is a wide option of I can say the career opportunities which are open for students right now. So you have to pick the career which excites you the most and you're passionate to do it. Don't go with the herd कि जैसा सब मेरे friend ने किया है, I will do the same thing. You have to introspect your ideas. You have to introspect your interest upon which is the career which is exciting you, and you really want to have a stable life after 5 years or 10 years in that area. So for that purpose, there are some different kind of opportunities which are there, and these are actually very good opportunities because these are a part, I'll say, These are not the usual ones, but these are some things where you have to train yourself to get into these technologies. Now coming to, once you have decided, I want to be get into this career, what are the fundamentals which you need to keep in your mind while you are going for this? First thing, you need to choose a career which excites you, that I have already talked about. Second thing, when you have decided a career, you need to have the full details and specifications of the career options. क्या क्या चीजें आपको ट्रेनिंग करनी है उसमें, how you will reach there, how much time it will take for you to be an expert on that career. Then third thing is the path should be known. One by one, you will take some baby steps to reach your long-term goal. And the last thing is you need to have a laser like focus. I think Abhishek sir also spoke about it, that you should not deviate from your path. You should be focused on what you are doing, and you should be very confident about, I want to do this, and no matter what, I will continuously do this without any deviations. The next I want to talk about here is, because I have said that we need to decide a goal, we need to decide a career. But deciding a goal and deciding a career is not sufficient enough. We need to have some trainings. We need to uh, self-equip ourselves with the technologies. So there are some parameters, and for every individual, these parameters can be different. So what you need to do is you need to rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10, such as parameters for reward. Does money excites you? Does the job security excites you? Do you want the status from your job? Do you want to work as an individual, or do you want creativity to be more important for you? Or is it the expertise you're looking for as your career goal, the power, meaning, or affiliation? So once you have scaled these parameters, and depending on the importance of it, you have to see what are the things in which you're lacking, and based on those skills, that it can be a functional skill or it can be a soft skills, where you need to train yourself, and you can be the best one to judge whether is it the soft skills you need, that you need training on your communication part, or you need training on your vocabulary, or any other soft skills you require, or is it something you need some technical trainings like some specific courses, or HR analytics, or Six Sigma, or Kaizen. So you have to decide what type of training you want, and for that training there are some online platforms. I am talking about online platforms here because in COVID-19, or even after COVID-19, it is best to stay at home and start doing something and utilizing your time. So for that purpose, I'm talking about online platforms which gives you the best courses. So the first one here is the LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn, everyone knows, and I guess students usually log into LinkedIn and have their profile. So go for LinkedIn Learning. They have some very good courses which they offer for students and for some professionals also. Then Coursera is there, NPTEL is there, Udemy is there, and Google Digital. All these are few online training platforms. And the best part about these training platforms are they give you the certificates also. And if I talk about my personal experience, I would suggest you to go with NPTEL, because NPTEL is MHRD approved, and the fee they charge from the students is very nominal, that is 1100 rupees. And you are getting a certificate from MHRD which holds a value. And if you are not interested on anything, but still I would suggest all the students to take at least one certification course, because when you're writing these certificates in your resume, it holds an additional value in the interviewer's mind, because you need to have a image that you're not a part of the group, you are holding a special value. And how you're going to show that? You're going to show that with these certificates, awards, and recognition in your resume, because everyone will write about career objective, and because you are freshers, so you will have the same kind of educational qualifications. So what is going to hold you distinguished from other candidates is your certificates, how serious you are about your career objectives, and how serious you are into getting into those career objectives. The next thing which I'm going to talk about is Imagining driving a car as your career, because I've told you about how you have to set your goal. You have to think about your passion. You have to think about the career options which is exciting you. Then you have to set a goal which is smart. I hope everybody knows about the smart goals setting technique, that is specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic and time bound. So when you are setting a goal, it has to be smart. So now you have to imagine your career as a car. So first thing which you need to have is clear destination is must. That is, your goal should be clear and you need to know where you have to reach. The second thing is map to destination should be known. As you can say that most of the time we use Google Maps and it will take us to the exact location. Similarly, if you are driving your career, you should have a clear map how you will reach there, and step by step process should be mentioned in that. If you're not clear about how you will reach there, you can take help from your mentor, you can take help from your industry experts, because they have already lived that life and they have that experience which they can bring to the table and it can be beneficial for you. Third thing I've already talked about is train yourself for better skills. You need to have some training. You cannot just go into the market with just a simple degree of MBA, because everybody wants something extra from their candidate. If I'm hiring you as an HR executive, I know, okay, you have done MBA, that is good enough. But what is that extra thing you can bring to my organization? For that purpose, you need to train yourself. And the last part is refuel yourself with small achievements. You cannot directly jump to the long term goals. You have to take some baby steps. And for that, you will have some small achievements. You need to start celebrating them so that you don't exhaust and you don't leave that idea of achieving your long term goal. So I hope this part is clear with everyone, that when I'm saying that be the driver of your career, what you exactly need to do, you need to take the charge of your own career and don't rely on others to map out your career path. You have to decide what you exactly want to do. Now talking about what are the recent trends in HR 2020. Every year we have some trends, but for this year we have trends like be kind. That is, the people say that you have to be kind to your employees. Don't go with the strict rules and regulation. Give them some escape routes, give them some leniency towards their leave policies and all those things. Second thing is improve processes. Processes are your performance management system, your employee engagement. You need to start improving on it. And for the first two, we have the third thing, that is HR analytics. How you will decide that process which you were implementing or you were using it before is not good enough. For that purpose, you need some data. And for that, you have HR analytics, which is a recent trend, and we will have a lot of jobs in this area. And the fourth thing is hiring millennials. That is, they are hiring the Generation G. So that is a good part. The first two things you will get into when you have entered the organization. आप अभी बिना HR बने आप ये दोनों चीजें नहीं कर सकते. But what you can do is you can have HR analytics. You can have a career on this. You can uh, boost up your skills. You can train yourself and go into this. And because there are so many jobs and companies really want to hire millennials this time. So this is a good option for you. And this year is really going to be good for the HR people. So I'm going to talk about specifically this part, that is HR analytics. If you don't know about HR analytics, it is basically analyzing the data. So companies nowadays are data driven. They don't want any guesswork. Earlier, what used to happen? Earlier also data was collected from every part of the organization, but it was not utilized properly. It was not analyzed properly. So now companies want their data should be analyzed, and whatever decisions they are making, they have to be backed up by the numbers. Numbers which can show the trend. How many, let's say for an example, how many employees are going to leave my organization in next 6 months. Or if I give you more simple example, if I give you a sheet of 100 students with their marks, it doesn't mean any sense to you. But if I give you a sheet where I have told you that, okay, 60% students passed with 70% marks, and they have secured 70% marks in subject A, B, and C. This will make some sense to you, and we will start analyzing it. Which subjects are the weaker one, and we need to improve on those subjects. Similarly, for the organization also, हमें क्या करना है? We need to gather the data. We need to put it into a format where we can analyze, or we can collect the useful information, and collecting useful information will get into analysis part. That is, there's less time for guesswork. Whatever decisions we will be making, they have to be backed up by the data, and the chances of going wrong are very less when you're using analysis. So the last part says the process optimization. As I said, that HR trend says that we need to improve our processes. That is, if I want to improve my performance management system, HR analytics can help me with that. They can give me a data why employees are unhappy with the current performance management system, which aspects need to be corrected, and what are the things we can improve in our performance management system which can help me into retaining the employees, and I can engage my employees into the organization. Because I hope the students know about this fact that employee turnover is not good for the organization. It is costing so much to the organization, because again, you have to hire people, you have to train them, and most importantly, it is creating a bad image in the market for the organization. Because when I say this company is not good, the employee turnover rate is very high. So if I have to join that company, I will be thinking in my mind whether to join it or not, because maybe my job security is not there. Maybe I will not be satisfied. My work culture will not be matching to the organization needs. So HR analytics is being used by many companies now. The top companies are using Google, obviously, because it is based on data. So Google will definitely use it. IBM is using, Xerox is using, and these companies are using in the area of HR. Marketing, it was used earlier also, but now analytics has come into the HR department also. So if you want to have the career into HR analytics, what type of skills do you need? You need to have a logical ability. You need to able to think logically, and you need to have a reasoning power good. You need to have analytic skills. And there is a third point which says proficient in Excel and PowerPoint. See, when I'm saying HR analyst and HR analytics, these are two different terms. You have to be a HR analyst, which can give a requirement to the HR analytics, which will gather data for you, and they will give you a sheet. Now your job will be to analyze that data. Technical person will only give you the data. They will not analyze it for you. For that purpose, you need to know what are the tools which are there in Excel, like VBA is there, VLOOKUP is there. So you need to have hands-on experience in Excel and PowerPoint, so that you can analyze the data according to you. And for that, you have to have great understanding of statistics and reading graphs. You should know all these things if you want to be into this field of HR analyst. Now, because I have talked about the recent trends, and as everyone is talking about what are the things which are going to change in after COVID-19 and lockdown is going, and there are some changes, and mostly these are technological changes, and it has impacted into recruitment also. So how our students are going to cope up with the interviews which are happening nowadays through Skype calls or through Zoom meetings. So you have to be technological smart. And for that purpose, I have some tips which I wanted to share with you all for GD and PI purpose. First thing, how you have to be smart enough, because you are staying at home. So one thing you need to do is follow Twitter for trending news. I'm not talking about what is happening around the world. I'm talking about trending news. Whatever is trending, whether it is politics, whether it is your company's corporate affairs, whatever is trending into the market, you should be aware about it. Now, when you are aware about it, you have to start searching for the questions which are being frequently asked in an interview. Let's say, what are your salary expectation? How much salary do you want? Or why should we hire you? Or where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? So these are some questions which are frequently asked in almost every interview. And because you have time now, so you don't give that simple answer, as I discussed it earlier also, that I want to be a manager in 5 years. You have to be smart. You have to frame your answer creatively, and you have to give an impression. I am prepared with this job, and you have to hire me. Because be it a face-to-face interview or be it a virtual interview, there is a chance, there is a last chance for you all to create an impression in the interviewer's mind. So be ready with answers for frequently asked questions. How you will be ready with that? You can follow YouTube channels for interview preparation and current affairs with unbiased opinion. Why I'm saying unbiased opinion? Because in our country there is a left wing and right wing. Both will have different opinion. But as a student, you have to have unbiased opinion. You should not follow one wing and start discussing all those things based on their opinion. You need to form your own opinion. For that purpose, you need to have an unbiased opinion. And one more thing I want to mention here for YouTube channels, there are channels which will give you an answer like आपको आंसर क्रिस्प बनाना चाहिए, आपका आंसर शॉर्ट होना चाहिए, आपका आंसर स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए, बट आंसर क्या होना चाहिए, they will never discuss about it. So follow channels which gives you sample answers, they give you format, and they will be giving you some actual information on how to prepare for an interview. So the last part, the second part says, before appearing for interview, check your internet connectivity and minimize noise. अभी अगर हम बात करें तो अभी जैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ, ठीक है, and suddenly my mother comes and starts shouting at me, अरे तुमने ये नहीं किया. So this is going to create a bad impression on you all, right? So similarly, if you're going for an interview, try to inform every family member that I'm going for an interview. Please make sure that there is less noise in the house. Check your internet connectivity because it is very important. It is very disturbing for an interviewer because most of the time interviewers are working. We are working from home and we have to take some time from that time slot, and we have to take an interview for a candidate. So when I'm saying check your internet connectivity, it is important because as an interviewer, I don't want my time to get wasted. So for that purpose, you have to be smart. You have to do all the preparation in advance. Last point says join online GD portals and mock interview sessions for preparation. There are GD portals which are working online. You can join them. There are some apps also which can help you in mock interview preparations. There are apps for improving your English also if you're not good with that. So please join all these things and use the technology because technology is taking up our lives now. Everyone is on smartphones. Everyone has laptops at their home. They have good internet connectivity, internet connections. So please don't use all these things. And the last I would like to say is thank you. And if you have any doubt regarding to how to prepare your resume, what are the questions which have been asked in interview, how to answer them, you can always drop in your comments or you can ask these questions in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer all those things. Thank you.